I live near the centre of a city, but I work from my garden studio where I'm surrounded by plants, flowers and insects which inspire my artwork. I'm interested in natural history and I specialise in making botanical sculptures from wax. Beeswax has been used as an artist's medium for thousands of years. It is incredibly stable and has a beautiful lifelike quality, which lends itself to the replication of biological forms. My plant sculptures are created from a mixture of beeswax, paraffin wax, and mixed materials. Wax is such a versatile material. It can be melted and coloured. It can be painted onto wires to make stems. Fabric and tissue paper can be dipped into it to make wax sheets from which shapes are cut. Molten wax can be brushed into moulds, and cooled wax can be carved and sanded. Wax can be reheated and manipulated after it is set. Finished plant forms can be held in the warm palm of your hand and gently twisted and bent to bring them to life. My knowledge of this craft comes from my experience of working in museums with historic scientific collections, looking through archives and studying the diaries and sketchbooks of artists before me. I've brought these historic techniques to life again, and I use them in a modern way to communicate my feelings about current environmental issues.
I'm just going mad. I'm just throwing the paint around.
The lesser celandine sculpture is part of a series called Life Support, a collection of plant sculptures which I created in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. They tell a story of my connection to nature during lockdown, how the green spaces of the city that I had access to were a life support to me during this time. The plants are scientifically accurate, but they are also self-expressive. They displayed in isolation from one another, mounted on steel bases and contained in glass bubbles filled with air. The flowers are bright and blooming, but their twisted roots and curled leaves reveal an underlying anxiety and uneasiness. My sculptures illustrate beauty, perfection and realism, but they are also unreal and often have these hidden darker narratives woven through them. They shine a spotlight on the small and overlooked. They remind you of the delicacy and fragility of the world around us, which we should do our best to protect.